Yeah, welcome to Poets Out Loud meet Speakeasy Online once again. And it's October. Who thought we would still be doing this in October? But there you go. There's a few notices.
I'm glad I'm still
alive. Well, we're all glad. I'm glad you're all still alive. I'm glad, we're all still here and all hopefully doing okay. So let's keep that going, shall we? Cool. All right. Yeah, we've got a couple of notices. We've got the FryRAM follow-up events happening on the 31st of October. If people are up for contributing to that, there'll be more details hopefully soon about the, hopefully be a live sort of speakeasy like this. But if people want to do pre-recorded things, we can also stream that off YouTube and what have you. If anybody wants to contribute anything, please give us a shout. Just message me on Facebook or send us an email at CallDuePress and we'll see what happens. It's only a couple of weeks away, so. And then also, we've got a workshop with John Hegley on the 14th of November. I think we fired out some emails about it. People are up for partaking in that. He's really interested in working with speakeasy poets and people from Carlisle and Cumbria particularly. But I'm sure friends would be welcome to join in as well. So yeah.
I'll just ask about that. Do you think it'll be for any level?
I think so. Why? What sort of level were you expecting?
Well, I was just thinking I wouldn't mind going, but I don't want to be out of my depth either.
Oh, I don't. Most of his workshops are with school children, so I think I'm hoping it won't be too difficult.
Thank you.
And because it's 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, I'm hoping it won't be too difficult.
Right, I'll get my application in.
So it can't be that hard.
Say again, Val.
Me and Ross have got our names down for it, so that's we're hoping it's not over our level.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fit right in. I'm sure. Yeah, he's got various ideas. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Really, I think he's just interested in just finding creativity within people and sort of just running with it. So it might be a bit spontaneous on the day, really. But again, if you're interested in that, let us know at CallDuePress and we can put you on the list. There is a £5 fee just to cover a couple of costs and things, but yeah. So anyway, okay. Oh, I thought all the events would be cancelled and things, but there's lots starting to happen again. So I've become the human notice board. Anyway. Yeah, last time, a couple of weeks ago, I was got roped into doing a workshop for an event in Lancaster, and it was a virtual event, and it was their Fun Palace. And apparently there's loads of these Fun Palace things that happen all over the country, but first time I heard of it, so I'm not sure it's really reached Cumbria, but it seemed like quite interesting stuff, and it was, again, just engaging people with creative things on this first weekend in October. And I got a group of people together and just got them to come up with words. So they became human fridge magnets, essentially. And the list of words was dream, scribble, pop, peace, discovery, dancing, flood, and happy. We came up with a few bits and pieces, and this is what I came up with. I scribble down each discovery when thoughts pop into my dream. Happy feelings flood out, dancing away into peace-filled relaxation. That's the first one. And there's another quick short one. It goes like this. I watch the rain dancing in puddles. I hope it won't flood. Dream of tomorrow. Maybe a discovery will bring peace and people will be happy. We can say, pop. We protect our people. Scribble prescription for the dream of a COVID cure. And that's that. So there you go. That's my contribution from the Lancaster Fun Palace Workshop. Okay, Ali, we're with you.
Correspondence. Duncan searches, select, peels a length of bark from the birch. Silver furls and calloused fingers, pearl parchment, blank, unwritten. Leaf rot, sweet sap, damp earth, tree crowns flicker. He could be in Athol Forest, his home across the heather moor. Alone in his cabin, he unrolls the paper, lays it on the pine table to flatten under river stones. By the fireside, faces smile, children play. I will tell you of my voyage, my life in Canada. By candlelight, he works the stylus. Scratches transform into elegant calligraphy. He signs his name, Duncan Macbeath.
That was lovely. Thank you very much. Richard, what have you got for us?
Yes, well, after the Speakeasy a couple of weeks back, with all the various poems going around, I was thinking that without the gift of literacy, we couldn't do it. So I wrote a poem on that basis, and it's called The Gift of Literacy. You need to learn a language and hope to be able to speak words, to do a poem justice and communicate with friends. An alphabet with symbols, which make a variety of sounds. Thus you can learn to copy letters and form words. For to write all the words down can help you commit them to memory and learn the meaning of all those phrases. The sibilant sound of sentences evoke a plethora of images as you begin to comprehend the mind of others. What happens in their conscious as words tumble out from their lips or are committed to unread pages, waiting for you to relive their experience. And that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I thought without words and sounds, it'd be pointless doing this, wouldn't it?
I'll just quickly say the Fryram event that we did nearly 2 years ago, that we did at the university. We recorded the sort of 3-4 hours of poetry and stuff, and we were going to show it at the big Fryram event they were doing in Berlin in the March time. And I went over to Greece to talk about the preparations. And at one stage, the guys in Greece were saying, "This is the space we've got in Berlin," and they showed us a plan. And they said, "We're going to screen the poetry event in the corner here, but we're not going to have any sound. So it's just going to be the visual of 4 hours of poetry reading without the sound." I thought, that's madness.
That is madness, isn't it?
They changed their mind in the end, and then, I thought, this is what we're working with here, 3 weeks before the event.
They didn't get the idea, obviously.
Yeah. Susan, we're with you.
Hi, well, I've written nothing new because I don't have time or brain space. So I'm just going to read some stuff from the Poetry for a Purpose book. So you might have heard it before, but it's too bad you're going to hear it again. Okay. So, carved. The mirror-smooth chill-bite water receives baptisms, swallows shrieks, which quickly turn orgasmic, breathing in, breathing out. We gently love this goddess, introduce our fingers nervously to her crannies of differing temperatures. Let her overwhelm us, bring us to our knees. We want to please her, want to come again. We do not cover up against your chill. We learn to take her mood swings and respect her wilder days. We are not her only lovers, but some just want an easy ride. To boast of conquest, leave a bruise of footprint, throw a stone upon her cairn. She is fixed, so we can take our fill, neutered, spayed, becalmed and tamed. Once where crumbling earth would turn our head or ankle, now an ice rink slippery boulder pathway leads an easy access to curves and heights. The slab is icy puddle holding, uncertain booted feet expecting wildness slither. I and my companion, lonely scramblers on the clinging rocks of cliffy death with sodden fingertips in surprising moss-filled crevice. And as we turn back from the scalar view, others trammel on, ticking lists they cannot see, never looking past their boot place or their ownership of contour through a plastic case. I am breathing in you, breathing out. Feel your tears upon my lashes, see your network scars drawn like ley lines through the ages. Opened up, your map is a dissecting table, ice axe and walking pole, the scalpel.
Good stuff. Cool. Okay. George, what have you got for us?
Right, I've got a good friend who put up on Facebook that she had been staggered one morning when a crow actually landed on her head, and I couldn't resist the prompt. So this is: a crow lands on Kay Metcalf's head, dropping like a stone to land on my head. This is not right. A dark start to my day, this fright of Poe. I touch those dreadful feet as it takes flight, carries foreboding. That dreadful fates hide in trees, in shadowed lanes. I must grab breath, look in estate agent's window, curse a crow that forced me to consider 3-bed semi in a desirable part of Johnston, a penthouse conversion in a failed church, the haunting of Magnolia. I feel the world close round like beating wings, my heart races. I sing 24 blackbirds, and before my eye a pie, beaks poking to the sky. Curse that bloody crow.
Yeah, that's an awkward incident to deal with.
Johnston isn't a terrible part of the world, by the way, but it's not exactly somewhere that you'd aspire to a 3-bed semi.
Maybe not, no. So at least it didn't crap on her head, just landed. That might have been worse.
Off on a tangent, it's that old joke, isn't it? What do you call a bloke with a seagull on his head? Cliff.
Yeah.
Say the old ones are the best. I think they're lying. Okay, Val, follow that.
This one's a bit serious, actually. It's about an accident on the motorway. It's called 3 Minutes. If we'd set off 3 minutes earlier, we wouldn't have been sat for 3 hours, stuck on the motorway in a gridlock of cars, wondering what was happening, praying we wouldn't need the loo. 3 hours of our life wasted. If we'd set off 3 minutes earlier, we'd have passed a man who was still alive, a man with a family, with hopes and dreams, and the rest of his life to look forward to. But instead we passed a tent with a corpse, an entire life wasted. How much can change in 3 minutes?
Wow, yeah. Makes you think, doesn't it? There's all those what ifs. That's very powerful, though. Okay, Leslie, have you got something for us? Is that a yes? I think you're muted, Leslie. Can you?
I am now. Are you receiving me? Over.
Just about, yes.
Are you receiving me? Okay. Unfortunately, my internet comes and goes. Okay. So I apologize. You might be able to grasp some of this. Okay. I apologize. Am I allowed to do something that's long? Can I do something that's longer than you've had so far?
Okay, we'll go for it. I think we'll be patient.
Thank you. Your kindness is abundant. Now then, here we go. This is a poem about someone who might live on the street, okay? Or he could have been a busker, but he could live on the street. Mist in the morning, I wipe my eyes to see. In the dawning, well, I should have pointed out before I began, this is actually a song and that I wrote, but these are the lyrics of the song. We'll start again. Mist in the morning, I wipe my eyes to see. In the dawning, what the day holds for me. I cast my cares to the sun in the east. I try to make my peace with the people that I meet on the street as I wait for the sun to rise for me in the east. Nowhere to go and nothing to do, and every stranger's face seems to say, I hate you, who are you? I cast my cares to the sun in the east. My name was once famine, my name was once feast. My name was once lover, my name was once the priest. But now my name is stranger to the people that I meet as I wait for the sun to rise for me in the east. It's just another day. Here I am on my way to who knows where, to who knows what, who can say. Sometimes I surrender to the kindness in my heart. Sometimes I surrender to the dark. And if I take your charity, you have not been deceived. It's better that you give to me than it is that I receive, as I wait for the sun to rise for me in the east. I sat under the statue where they make the sign of the cross. No one has asked me yet if I am saved or if I am lost. No one has asked me if I know the way. No one has asked me if I have eaten today, as I wait for the sun to rise again in the east. It's just another day. Here I am on my way to who knows where, to who knows what, who can say. Beauty passed me by. Beauty made me cry. Beauty never said hello, but she always said goodbye. And beauty made me jealous. And beauty made me lie. And beauty made me hate myself. But I refuse to die inside as I wait for the sun to rise again for me in the east. There are Sunday golden smiles that will perish in the night, and seeds sown in our foolishness we end up fighting all of our life. This crown of thorns without a rose, I have been told, was never meant to perish, but that's just the way it goes for those who wait for the sun to rise again in the east. It's just another day. Here I am on my way to who knows where, to who knows what, who can say. Hello, my friend. A crack appeared across the golden glow. For a moment I found sanctuary in a stranger's gentle hello. Something deep down in the stranger's eye touched me in my spirit, and I began to cry as I see the sun rise again for me in the east. Come follow me to the shade beneath the tree. Come follow me to eternity. Come follow me to where the living waters flow. Come follow me through the valley where nobody wants to go. And I followed the stranger who came to me from the east. It's just another day. Here I am, and I'm on my way to who knows what, to who knows where, who can say. Since the day that I surrendered, I have never known defeat. If only someone had told me surrender could be so sweet. I surrendered to the great I am. I surrendered to the Son of Man, the God who died but rose again in the east.
Thank you, Leslie. That was good. It did. You're right. The internet does break up a little bit, but we got it. So yeah.
You grabbed some of it. You grabbed it. That's okay.
Here we got. Yeah, we got it all. It was good. Thank you very much. We've got about 5 minutes to go. So Roz, you're next, and over to you.
One that you'll recognise from Val's poem, since we were in the same car. I called it One Weekend Away. The journey that leads to Devon is a part of your life, an annual pilgrimage. It's a safe and familiar path. If you travel, in your travels from birth toward the other destination, usually distant, always approaching, the shadow that stalks the living, we are not looking for death, We keep him at a safe 2 meters. Last weekend, I caught a glimpse of him on the horizon, clearer than I'd like him to be. A brush with COVID-19 causes you to self-isolate, scares the rest of us, sends us running in all directions, throws all our plans awry. This familiar weekend, less social, different, now that new rules apply. The journey home, already long, by hours, stationary on the motorway. Nothing moving except police cars, fire engines, ambulances. Eventually, we creep forward towards slowly, past the red tent in the middle lane, and know how close we are to death. Very late, we arrive home. The post is lying on the doormat. A letter from the hospital, the result of your last scan. Doctors have seen a lesion on your liver. It requires further investigation, and death, so recently near, intrudes into our lives again. We run for cover, search out hiding places, hoping he does not find us yet. And that was that. Sorry, got a bit long, and I don't think I've finished it really, but sorry.
Oh, that was good. That was, again, quite affecting, really. It's always difficult to write about death and accidents and things like that. So, yeah. Wow. Whew. Got about 3 minutes. Jeanette, is that enough time for you to, yeah?
Yes, apologies, Valerie and Rose, you'd have already seen this is part of the Caregate prompts. It was meant to be up to 1,000 words and I got to 216 and thought, I think that's done. It was a prompt of a picture of the Bitterbeck flood. I don't know if you can see it that well on my iPad there, but anyway, it's a little short story, Lost in the Flood. The air was still damp the day they came back. They came back to the aftermath. They dared to return. The cobbles were dry now, but the sand around them still clung like clay. They stood, still trying to comprehend what they'd endured. They stood together as a community, but weren't ready to step over their own thresholds. Chairs that once matched tables, beds that once held rest, were unrecognisable. They stood, broken and battered, in the courtyard. The flotsam and jetsam of the flood were stacked like kindling. A young girl stared into the unlit pyre, recognising a drenched book cover. My diary, she wept. Oh, Dad, it's ruined. My story is lost. Her eyes welled as if the river had swallowed her, consuming her past and her dreams. Her sister stood by her side, looking equally saddened, as if mourning the loss of her secret reading. Never mind, lass. You needed to get your head away from all that writing anyways. Let that fella take our photo and be on his way. He's seen enough. We need to get back to your mother and see if Archie's been found. The air was still damp as they turned slowly away, the stillness broken by dispirited footsteps with no more words. And that's that.
Wow, that's very powerful as well. Yes, cool. We're probably about to time out, so I'll push the buttons, and if we all sign back in again, we'll pick up where we left off. Does that sound okay? Okay, cool. I'll see you all in a moment. Next on my list is, it says it's penciled in as Mike, but I don't know if you wanted to read anything, Mike.
Right, yes, I'll read something. Poems come less frequently these days. Here's one called Curtain Call. I'm not in the next scene. I'm not on stage, but lingering in the wings, where I can see the ropes and wires behind the back scene flats. The script has dropped me from this page to the last. Blame the director for my moves, and the writer. I took my cues from him. I neither nod nor walk on till the end, when we take hands to make our curtain call and see the audience clap and rave, or hear them shuffle, silent, from the hall. Too late now for rewrites, edits, for tweaking costumes, devising bits of business, new marks on which to stand, adjusting lines of sight, giving notes to younger members of the cast, controlling prima donnas, divas at the last. Some lighting engineer beyond the gods to win a Betty maid with someone from the pit has swung a spotlight side to side and swept the hero from his mark, just for a lark. Outside, the fans are gathering at a door. I'll shoulder through unseen. No one will call my name. That's a relief, considering the character I've been. There you go.
Very much. Powerful as well. There's been a lot of powerful stuff tonight so far. It goes back to what Richard was saying about the power of words and what they convey. Yeah, no, really good. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. That was great. Josephine, do you have something you'd like to share, Josephine?
Yes, fine, yes. The Pumpkin's Daughter. Hush, there are strange tribes and exterminations who will give the pumpkin's daughter to a snail. Rolling, 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 the strong side gleaming, like a flame in the night, to the root of the blade. And then away along the sucking mud, painfully, slowly. The slime is gone and the wheel beneath. The night is darker than ever, sliced through by faint titterings from the leaves. Then a lantern sways up the path, boots thrusting mud and leaves aside, crash down upon the wheel-snailed bed and stamp away, covered with cracked shell and mud. But in the darkness, stumbling down through leaf to leaf, is the pumpkin's daughter. She slips under the fence and, sifted by the wind through the dense black gas into the greasy wormery, she rests patiently till the snail shall return. And the wind lifts the shell and flings it fragment after fragment, so that the air is filled with his atoms, curling over every closed flower and stalk, swooping into the wormery, where the pumpkin's child is weeping. She knows who is there.
Thank you very much. Again, really evocative as well. And yeah, that reminds me Halloween's coming. Cool. Okay, we've done a circuit. So I guess it's back to me. We did a little haiku at this online workshop I did. And we were given a a list of words, and we came up with some words among us, and the words are leaves, fun, sun, sparrow, fox, trees, woodland, and river. Can't figure out how many syllables sparrow is. I think, is it just one? Yes? Two? It's two. Sparrow, not sparrow. Sparrow. All right. That influences this next one. You know, when you're all there going, counting on the fingers going, how many syllables is this? It was also, you get that sound of concentration when people are trying to figure stuff out. And it's like silence, but you can pick up on the nervous energy, you know. Anyway, this one goes like this. Sparrow by river. Fox has fun in woodland sun. Leaves fall from tall trees. I think that I don't know. I think it's about right. Thank you. I got the.
It was probably better in the original Japanese, Phil.
Probably. I don't know the original Japanese, unfortunately.
You could do Google Translate and you can hear it. You can put it on the sound.
Yeah. Maybe next time.
Okay.
Sparrow's a bird, and I think this is a good link. This being bored in lockdown, I was trying to amuse myself, coming up with bird-related film title puns. So some of these are actual film titles that are birds, and then some of them are puns. So I'm going to subject them to you. I apologize in advance. So here we go. Bird. A good start. Bird. Birdman. The Birdman of Alcatraz. Willow warbler. Hudson hawk. Black swan. Golden eye. The grebe Gatsby. The wild geese with Roger Moorhen. The hunt for redshanks in October. Bring me the hedge sparrow of Alfredo Garcia. E. Wren Brockovich. Duck soup. The eider duck sanction. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. Cuckoo. Cuckoo dawn. Bringing up baby sparrows. True egret. Robin Hood. Dawn of the chorus. Nightjar on Elm Street. Black Hawk Down. Battleship Ptarmigan. That works better written down, actually. Ptarmageddon. The Oriole Trail. There's something about Canary. Jason and the Gannets. The English Penguin. Clash of the Siskins. Jurassic Stork. Those magnificent hens in their flying machines. Chicken Run. The Outlaw Josie Quails. Dirty Harrier. The Eider Duck Rules. Air Force Swan. Dunnock. Close Encounters of the Bird Kind. And finally, mercifully, To Kill a Mockingbird with Gregory Peck as Atticus Finch. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Very good, Phil. You missed the eagle has landed, but never mind.
Oh, and Where Eagles Dare. Yes, we could. Yeah. We could go on and on and on, but I won't.
It was clever, that. Really, it was very good. Excellent.
I think clever is a strong word to describe it.
Peregrine Mason, perhaps. Or something.
Yeah. Oh, I've created unleashed trouble now. Hooray. Well, thank you very much.
You've let the cat out of the bag and the bird out of the coop, I think. But,
Indeed. The bird has left the basket. Okie dokie. Ali, we're with you again.
Yeah, well, it's hard to follow that up. I look forward to what you next come up with, Phil. Very, very funny. So this poem's about something that my brother and my cousin Vicky and I used to love to play. Champ. Take a look at us, 3 wains playing with stains on a council estate. Been to Blackwood Quarry, came back loaded doon, carrying big eggs, gold, purple, pink, maroon. We smash them on the kerb, stones split into glowing flakes. Big bits hammer small bits. Soft powder piles are sorted. For hours and hours we play, mixing grass clippings, flowers, petals and champ, pretending to be wizards. Coloured sands pass through our hands, strange potions we mix and stir. We call it champ after the noise. Champ, champ, champing away for hours and hours.
That was great. Again, it's like memories are such a strong thing to write about as well, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, really good. Richard, we're with you.
Yes, you may have noticed that COVID's been in the news a bit this week, with various presidents being ill and then not ill and being invincible and whatever. But anyway, I wrote a poem last week called COVID Chaos, and because the government can't work out what's going on and where to go, but it goes a bit like this. COVID causing chaos across the globe. To fight it, you'd need the patience of Job, with lockdown or locked up, then locked in or locked out. Are we quite safe from the government probe? The smallest virus, such an ugly brute, slips past your defences. Now isn't that cute? So look down and look up and look around and look out. Wearing your mask, it takes another route. We'll sit it out, for we have to be brave. And now we're expecting a second wave. So hold tight and hold on. Just hold back or hold out. There's those that will enter an early grave. COVID's taken a whole 12 months away. Summer's gone, Christmas under threat, they say. Losing work, losing kin, losing cash, losing hope. Will we defeat the scourge some sunny day? And that's it. Thank you.
That was good. Very good. I was talking to a friend the other day, and he said, I've got a conspiracy theory about this COVID. And I was like, okay, what is it? He said, I think the virus is real, but I think the real reason they're making us stay indoors is because aliens have landed. I said to him,
You never know, you never know.
I said, at least we'll get some proper leadership then.
I can find out who it is. They say, take me to your leader, and they go straight to Cummings.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best reason I've heard so far. That's brilliant.
You got to laugh. Okay, Susan, we're with you.
Okay, it's just another one from Poetry for a Purpose again, because I haven't been had any inspiration or anything. It's called Renewal. Scraping back dead comfrey revealed a crumbling legacy and ampersanding worms, whose naked flesh surprised us all. And clipping back the rosemary, let cowslips dance, and Easter roses gaze to heaven. I hack into woody stems of lavender sprawled like weathered legs across emerging peony puckered lips, and pick the stems of life, and with an eye to next year, plunge them into waiting earth. Hope, a green-fingered goddess looking onward.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, gardening's been something a lot of people have been doing in lockdown. Yeah, yeah, cool. George, what have you got for us?
Yeah, I wasn't actually going to read this, but it came up from the first half that this is something in Waiting to Meet with the Deal, which is, I think you'll see where it came from when I read this. Confluence. What brought us there that day, that conjunction of time and place? I was there because I thought I was dying. One of those worn-out phrases which embrace the healthy when they shiver. I should have been in my office. My wife, my dedicated nurse, collected me from the station, and chance had her stop here. A minute to collect medication for me, who, still dying, left the car to look at cars in the showroom window. The driver, I did not know her name or have a face, just the back of her head through a rear window, a blonde bob in a skidding car. Our journey did not involve you until you chose to interrupt it, chose not to look, strode purposely between parked cars into our path and into our life, into our memory of that time and place, and into my memory of a rag doll, another of those phrases bandied around, read in books of threat and violence, without thinking of the body which falls disjointed, limp-limbed and broken. But you did not fall, you old man in a dark suit, you metronomic march fixed in the far shore, changed in screeching tire and silent eyes into wingless flight. Arms and legs flapping on snapped strings, hat curving away from your sparse tight curls, waving without purpose on your arc to tarmac landing. I stood listening to muttered concern as the two who first comforted you held your angled body, tried to keep you still, wrapping you in gentle words. Your ash-grey skin pulled tight over that skeletal face with displaced false teeth, sharp white gnashing air, thin legs exposed above black socks and the neatly tied laces on the shining Oxford brogues. On that day of chance, an ambulance was passing empty. They brought a stretcher, tidied you up neatly like your shoes, laid you out as carefully as a fishmonger after filleting fish tidies his slab, all your limbs organised and stowed. They slotted you away, slammed doors shut, tested handles vigorously, as if you would resurrect like Lazarus, moved off sedately, 50 yards at walking pace, halted outside the fish and chip shop. A short pause before they set off again, their normal speed telling of your death, no longer any need for caution. Leaving your death on that road, the driver crying in the chemist's, with me forever.
Yeah, wow, that's very powerful as well. Val, what have you got for us this time?
This is one I just came up with when I went for a walk around the shore. I usually write poems about how nice the sea is, but today it looked a bit angry, so this is called The Cruel Unforgiving Sea. The cruel unforgiving sea, relentlessly rolling against the wall, battering the barriers, breaking down the barricades, hurling waves across the prom, shooting spray into the air, trying to escape its confines, trying to claim its victims and sweep them back within the tide into the rolling waves of the cruel, unforgiving sea. And that's that.
Yeah, again, very vivid, very evocative of nature. Yeah. That's good. Leslie, do you have another for us?
I do.
Okay.
I hope you can hear me clearly. This one is about a highwayman. This is another song, and unfortunately it rhymes, which goes along with my childish nature. And here we go. It's called Highwayman. Storm clouds over my head as I ride hard into the rain, thinking of her fingers like sketching her face in the wind and the rain and the air. Ad-lib lightning stealing the show with the thunderous ovation of hooves and road. Water falls as deafening applause. The dawn ushers horizon to open her doors. Eastern skyline, eaten by time, while I flee to my safety, luxury sublime. On the white warmth of day, even her escape, nesting in her relief, I write to my fate, and it's never too late. A score of militia, fists full of violence, darken the shadows, deeper than conscience. Beneath the forked lightning, at the crossroad I halt, I lose lusted fires, and my stallion bolts. A fool's eager finger triggers my escape. I'm a legend whose destiny outlives my fate. God damn you to hell, a drowning voice cries. The bastards give chase, but I'm nobody's prize. In the kill, or the steal, or the hunt, or the chase, a man is alive with danger to face. If you live or exist, love or walk alone, survival's emotion you cannot control. But beware, take care. What you stole steals your soul. Hunted by the righteous, outlawed but not broken, with a passion for life and her secrets to open. Desire lives inside, alert and alive. This rogue is no villain, I steal to survive. Is your heart a generous, open emotion? Is your mind as broad and as deep as an ocean? Ideals I fight for in action and spoken. My love's a commitment and not just a token. Eastern skyline, eaten by him, free to my safety, luxury sublime. On the white warmth of lady, deep in her escape, nesting in her relief, I ride to my fate, and it's never too late. Each man is a wind, random and directed by the forces of friendship and those we have hated. Betrayed even when you think love is perfected, eventually, by life, we all are rejected.
Thanks, Leslie. That was good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Ros, what have you got for us, Ros?
Right, when I find it. This is, my internet is a bit weird. When I was reading the other one, it suddenly flashed up right in front of the word, your internet connection is unstable. So I hope I get to the end of this. This is called Running. I wrote it yesterday morning. I have no idea where it came from, but it just popped into my head. Running, the rhythmic sound of feet hitting the ground, beating gently, keeping time, background music to your life. It began early, always late, had to run the mile to school each day. Not eager to get there, afraid of missing the bell, of the teachers, of times tables, of spelling tests. Wanted to run. It was a hateful place. Age 12, missed the bus home one night, afraid of being in trouble, ran for 3.5 miles. Mum never knew. The bus fare burning a hole in my pocket turned into cigarettes. Growing up, still running, I chose to do cross country, out of school for 30 minutes, away from humiliation, running along the road alone, listening to my footfall, my heartbeat, my thoughts. And that was that.
Very good.
Because
everybody's I used to spend my bush fare as well.
Yeah. Once I knew I could do it, it was every time.
Yeah.
So everybody's frozen, so I've not seen any claps. I'm thinking, oh my God.
That was great. Again, it goes back to those memories that are so strong as well. Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Cool. Where are we at? Jeanette, we're back with you.
Mute. That's it. This one I've had it's meant to be a bit of a palindrome poem, so I'll read it from top to bottom and then bottom up. In the end, there was a beginning. From rotting leaves, new growth. From closing curtains, a new play. From the last page, a new story. From all colours, a new portrait. From all film, a new photograph. From end to beginning, this reads the same in the end. And I'll go the other way. In the end, this reads the same. From end to beginning, a new photograph from all film, a new portrait from all colours, a new story from the last page, a new play from closing curtains, new growth from rotting leaves. There was a beginning in the end. So, thank you.
Oh, that was great. Those are quite.
Beginning, yeah, that's good.
Have to have a go at one of those palindrome poems. I know Lou has that wonderful poem about the climate change and everything, that it goes one way and it has one meaning, and you go back and it's the other. And that's also in Poetry for a Purpose, the excellent collection of yeah, that's a good collection of little post-it notes. Yes, Culture Press collection, very good. Cool. Mike, do you have another one you'd like to share, Mike? Oh, I think you're on mute there, Mike. Hang on a second.
There we go. This one I think I put on the blog a couple of weeks ago or months ago. It's called A Childhood Discovery. I found a dead man at our door, skin coal black, green tinged in the gas lamp's glow. And I was only 4. From some green hill not far away he'd strayed, and was a rare find, day or night, dead or alive, when I was 4, or maybe 5. Dead to this world, with white, wide, staring eyes he sprawled. I called my father out to see at 5, or was it 6? And I peered down and wondered, had he gone to heaven? I did not think of fire and pits when I was only 7. I wanted ambulances, police, flashing lights, doctors and nurses to arrive. At 8 or 9, one does not think of hearses. But Dad looked down and said, we'll leave him here. There was no blood. At 10 or perhaps 11, I would have understood. The afternoon was grey and dark. Autumn chilled the air. Lamplighters ran from street to street to bring the gas lamp's spark. When I was very young, I found a black man lying in the street, curled like a sleeping child, wizened, lined, skin deeply grimed, a charcoal drawing of a man, dead drunk, one payday afternoon, a few miles from his pithead cage, flat cap, with a wisp of hair, coarse jacket, worsted trousers, pit boots on his feet, haversack for his snap, tin mug for his drink, the past war's gas mask case, I think. And had I not been 4 or thereabouts, I might have tried to raise him up. A lifetime space, and I still see him, see myself, striving to find the flicker in his face. There you go.
Wow, that was powerful, huh?
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, wow. Really good. Okay. Josephine, do you have another one, please? Oh, fabulous.
A domestic disappointment. Jane Austen's letter 161C, the final one in the collection of her letters edited by Deirdre LeFay, and dated Wednesday the 28th to Thursday the 29th of May 1817, is interrupted by a parenthesis in square brackets, which begins, "She next touches with just and gentle animadversion on a subject of domestic disappointment. Of this, the particulars do not concern the public." Suppose the author of the stars that wheel in the sky had projected a different story. Suppose I had kept my youthful lover, and Tom had never had to go away. Suppose Tom and I had left our homes together and somehow found ourselves a magic house and been able to live there. Such twists are tricky, but nothing a decent writer couldn't fix. Suppose we had been able to snatch a honeymoon, striding hand in hand through the muddy fields, defying families who said this cannot be, and yes, our own discretion. Was the novelist of my life really not up to the story? It is only a little book of Jane fallen in love. It ends at night. Who knows whether then I might have found a quite new subject? How tender, how indefatigable would the other seem? And even at an anxious time, a blessing.
That was wonderful, really wonderful. Thank you very much. We're coming up to only a couple of minutes, so I'll probably push the button. We sign back in, and then we'll have another round. Does that sound okay?
Sorry, Phil. Hang on, I need to
Sign out.
cut away at that, but
Let's say goodbye.
great to hear you all.
Okay.
I haven't got anything else either, so.
Well, we can still have a bit of
people doing things.
I'm going to say goodbye as well.
Okay, bye George, bye Susan, and we'll hopefully see everybody else again.
Because I'm rowing early tomorrow. I'm up very early.
Oh, all busy. Well, okay. See you,
Thank you. It's been brilliant, brilliant poems tonight. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, we'll have one more.
Everybody else is reading. I'm going to stay.
We'll have one more quick round then, and then we'll see where we are. Okay, I'll push the button and then we'll see you in a second. It's going really professionally as though. I've been doing a bit of work with some students around at the. I was going to say the Arts College, but it's not been the Arts College for a long time in Carlisle. But the University of Cumbria, wildlife and film and TV students around at Brampton Road Arts Campus. And me and Becca, you remember Becca from oh yeah, well, she did the readings at the Poets Out Loud out wide, and she and tune in once a month usually. We were reading poetry and things for these students to sort of capture as a more controllable sort of wildlife sort of assignment for them to film in Kingmore Woods, just around the corner. And luckily we were blessed with pretty decent weather the last couple of mornings to do that. And they were all socially distanced and had their masks and things on. It was slightly surreal, sort of being surrounded by about 8 or 9 students with masks on. It was like, is this Butch Cassidy and their gang or something? You know, it was kind of surreal, but it was a good experience. And they were being mentored by a guy called Keith Partridge, who's an award-winning cameraman and cinematographer, and he did the film work on Touching the Void a few years ago, the film about the climbers who got into trouble. And he's got some really fascinating stories, and we had a good couple of mornings working with our students. But they were asking for sort of tree-based, forestry-based, nature-based poetry and pieces, and this is one of the pieces that I didn't actually get to use, but I'm going to do it now. Some of you have probably heard it before, and it goes like this, and it might be sung, so apologies in advance. Once there was an old man who lived in a tree. He used to tell his stories, and he told them to me. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And they were tall, tall tales about the tall, tall trees. He always told them simple, and he told them with ease. He never disappointed, and he never failed to please. The funny old man who lived way up in the trees. Once there was a girl who caught a disease, daydreaming in the woods when she started to sneeze. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And they were tall, tall tales among the tall, tall trees. She always told them simple, and she told them with ease. She never disappointed, and she never failed to please. The storybook girl who lived out her life in between the trees. Once there was a song which was sung by the trees. They used to sing their song to the birds and the bees. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And they were tall, tall tales about the tall, tall trees. Always sounding so simple, rhapsodies played with ease. They never disappointed, and they never failed to please. Nature's timeless melodies, symphonies, singing out among the trees. And that's that. Thank you, thank you. Ali's gone. So Richard, we're with you now.
So I do have all my own teeth, I'm pleased to say. But I wrote a poem about dentistry. Not a topic a lot of people are keen on, but there we are. One of our neighbours' daughters is actually deciding to go in to do dentistry, and I just thought about dentistry. It's called Keep Them White and Keep Them In. I used to floss with candy floss till all my teeth fell out. Now, if you please, there's gum disease, my dentist's in no doubt. Then what's more, my clicking jaw gives me such adventures. My oral state, I just can't wait to fit some new dentures. So teeth I lack, my tongue is black. I've got halitosis. I wish I'd cleaned before I gleaned, knowledge by osmosis. Brush twice a day is what I say, to keep your pearly whites. Then you can grin with teeth within, and chew your food with bites. Remove the plaque, so learn the knack of flossing in the spaces. Then rinse and slosh, with some mouthwash, and you've covered all the bases. Thank you. Street shining with those teeth, folks.
That was great.
Well, I'd like the mood a bit anyway. There you go.
That was really good. That genuinely funny. Well done. It was good.
Val, what have you got for us? Have you got another?
Cool. I've been a bit serious, so I thought I'd read this one, which I did for the Kirkgate Arts course, and it's called Day at Seaside. Happy smiling children having lots of fun on their summer trip, playing in the sun. There was not a cloud for the best part of the day, but now it's getting colder and the sky is turning grey, and the waves that gently splashed on the sand just before now break with a crash as they tumble on the shore. We're huddled all together for a photograph, trying hard to smile, trying not to laugh. Julie holds a towel round her sister who is cold. She looks out for her always, as Claire's only 6 years old. There are dark clouds gathering on the horizon to the right. It's been a lovely day, but it will be a stormy night. Here comes Mr. Thompson with everybody's coat. Time to put them on and power back on the boat. We're on our way back home, and there our day out ends, snuggled on the boat with our parents and our friends. All of us are tired from the paddling that we've done. Happy smiling children, we had lots of fun.
Right. Yeah. Again, remembering stuff. It can be so vivid when you come to write it down. It's great. Leslie, do you have another thing for us?
Yeah, it's this is my Christmas song. I'm trying to get it sorted for Christmas. But anyway, this is the lyrics, sort of. This is sort of the lyrics. Anyway. You are a memory, always a part of me. When I remember, I wonder if you remember. I think of you now and then. You are my very, very special friend. Do you remember all there is to remember? In the snow, hand in glove, hearts aglow, so much in love. I'll always remember loving you in December. Tears when you said goodbye, icicles in my eye. Do you remember love in December? You said I'd find someone. I knew you were wrong. For me too, all along. Jingle bells and angels, Santa Claus and the Lord. A time to remember, all there is to remember. Christmas tree and family, nativity, you and me. I'll always remember the gifts of December. You said I'd find someone, but I knew you were wrong, because for me, it was you all along. A little earlier, I realized that I'm working on it at the moment, so I thought I'd put that in.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Maybe it'll be the Christmas #1. You never know.
Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it? Thank you.
Cool.
I am with £500,000 on the promotion.
Yeah, yeah. You heard it here first, folks. Roz, have you got another one, or are you just listening?
I probably should just listen because I haven't really got anything. I did think, since you're the notice champion, that I'd give notice for Jackie. She's doing a reading in the Bristol Arts Festival as part of the diverse group. She's reading one of her poems. So I just thought I would let people know, because I was quite pleased with that.
When's that happening then?
Is it the 22nd of October, I think? I'll send you an email and you can advertise it.
Cool. Okay.
I'm sure, well, yeah. Okay. And that's me done with notices. Sorry?
22nd, yeah.
22nd, is it? Yeah. I thought it was.
Are they going to be live streaming that then, or something? Or
Yeah, you have to book a place. It's a Zoom. I think it's you book a place through that Eventbrite that you book the Hagley thing through.
Oh yeah, the
well.
Eventbrite.
Oh, Eventbrite. That's it. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah. Okay.
Thank you. That's great. I'm not the only notice board. That's okay. Jeanette, have you got another?
Okay, I've got a little haiku. Put this together for World Homeless Day. Sleeping under stars, an upturned cap lies empty on cardboard mattress.
Oh wow, that was great.
Well, that was too quick.
Can we hear
the
it?
title?
Can we hear it again?
Yeah.
Such a shorty. I'd like to hear it again.
Short, yeah. Sleeping under stars, an upturned cap lies empty on cardboard mattress.
Yeah. Was it World Homeless Day, did you say?
Nice.
Yeah, I think is it Saturday? Yeah.
Oh wow. Good. Yeah. These haikus are. It wasn't so long ago that I think you were going, what is a haiku? And then haikus for every occasion. It's good.
Yeah, I sometimes wish I could speak in haiku because when now it's verbal, it's just loads and loads and loads of words. But writing it down, a bit more brevity.
That's a skill. It's a skill there. You know. Cool. Mike, we're back with you if you've got another one.
Yeah. Long before COVID started, I started writing sort of futuristic short stories. And recently it's spilled over into poems. So here's a poem that's a sort of futuristic poem. It's called Line Breaks. Someone killed our dogs last week. We had them by the day's end strung at the field's edge nearby the scene of crime. Because they're running wild within the double high wire fence, they think no one will know until they're clear away, food in their bellies and their sacks. But all the village dogs are chipped. Alarm bells ring when the heart stops. We love these dogs. We feed them well that guard the crops. Twice 5 miles round and more, we're wired, have gathered in our fields and workshops, homes. Drones sweep the sky. We sift incoming sounds for truths among their bodyguard of lies. Ways are not safe these days. We eat all that we grow, reap what we sow. Dry, salt and freeze, preserve these epics, encapsulate our past. Life is expensive, keep what we keep. We hold it dear that lives are cheap. Thank you.
I like that. Yeah.
Hold it dear that lives are cheap. Yeah, it's good though. We hold it dear that lives are cheap. That's good though.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's good. And Josephine.
Yes, I've got a poem.
Wonderful.
This is called A Formal Dinner. I shall prepare for thee such a banquet. I will eat of it and feed thee also. After Isaiah 25, verse 6. I am laying the table for a formal dinner. 6 down one side, 7 down the other, 3 across the end. Don't ask me why they couldn't go 6 on each of the long sides and 2 on the short. I am following instructions. I went to the market this morning and watched the woman's mittened hands wrap my 25 steel blue fish. Don't ask me why 25 fish between 16. That's how many there were when she weighed them. Oh yes, they were heavy to carry home in my string bag. The princess is coming. Will she wear the huge red medallion on her left hip as usual, with its 199 gems? The 7 sisters are coming, hot and blue and young, 1,000 stamps of their feet to 391 paces. 7 other people are coming, 1 for each continent. Yes, important people. Don't ask me how they were chosen. They will be aghast at the seating plan and the food. And who is it stumbling after? The one who does small things, the one who knitted the bear and drew the huntsman's belt in pencil, the one who plays with knots, who fiddles around with light and water, who says, I will bring with me the 7 spirits and the 7 stars, who says, I will now wake up.
That was really good. Really good. Yeah. Yeah. That's been really good stuff tonight. Really, really nice stuff. If you don't mind, I've got a very short one I could just read to wrap things up. This was one that I read with the film students this morning. It seemed appropriate. Called From Little Acorns. At the end of autumn, I saw the leaves were dying, turning orange, red, yellow, and gold. Watched them falling to the floor. I knew that come the springtime, through the miracle of life, with sunlight and warmth returning, they'd be back again once more. Slender saplings, green shoots, old lumbering giants, deep-rooted, anchoring, spreading branches wide and forever reaching to the sky. From little acorns, oak trees grow, and you've got to reap just what you sow. Time is hidden, buried in their rings. They are majestic, wise, and noble. The trees are magic things.
Trees are wonderful, absolutely.
Magnificent. And
Well done, Phil.
the colours of the leaves at the moment are just glorious. There's an
They
array.
are, yeah.
Trees are
It's a
wonderful.
lovely time of year if you get the right sort of sun dappling through the amazing coloured leaves. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So we've made it to the end again.
Yeah. Another evening of interest and fun.
It's been really great. A
Look forward to the
wonderful,
next one.
absolutely, a wonderful variety of things, and give yourselves a round of applause for reading and listening. And thank you all so much. A round of applause for everyone who listened as well. And
well, thank you for your poetry. Thank you for your company.
Thank you, Phil,
God
for
bless you all.
doing it all.
thank you all for joining in. And yeah,
Cheers.
we'll do it again in a couple of weeks.
And see you next time.
Real good.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Well, take care.
Best.
Keep safe and well. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.